Hey everyone, Reaper here again, another video. This time it's part 2 of my big Marvel Keys collection. You know, like I said in the last video, some books I decided to leave out, and then I was looking at some books that I wanted to leave out, and I said, how could I leave these out? So it was kind of hard to really put some, I mean, it was easy in a sense, but it was kind of hard to put this one together, much like it was with the last one. But before we get started, I said this one's going to be only slabs, but I have a few raws I have to show because I completely forgot I had these raws. I mean, I know I mentioned one of them that I'm going to show you today in the last video, and I said, oh, I should have included it, and I guess I forgot about it. But then these, there were 3 others that as I was looking for, you know, books to put together for future videos, and this video, I ran into a few of these, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot I even had these. And they certainly belonged in that last video. So I'm going to make it up to them by putting them in this video right now. So here I think what some would say is a pretty decent Marvel key. Nice high-grade copy of Iron Fist 14, first appearance of Sabretooth. It's probably the only Iron Fist issue of that run worth owning. And this is the one I mentioned last video that I said I probably should have included then. Ghost Rider #1, the first appearance of, I think his name is Carter Slade, the second, the Silver Age Ghost Rider. Pretty cool. Yeah, believe it or not, I completely forgot it. I even had this book. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1. I mean, yeah, I would say this is definitely a pretty decent-sized key to include in a video. I forgot to do it last video. And this one, too, for the cover. I included Silver Surfer #1. I included Silver Surfer #3, but I completely forgot I own Silver Surfer, a nice high-grade copy, too, of Silver Surfer #4. I don't know. Weird. All right, that's the end of the Raw books. Now, this one right here, I originally wasn't going to include in this video, but I said to myself, well, the last video I included his partner. You know, I have his first appearance in a Raw, on his book Raw. I said, oh, I kind of included his partner, and it'd be kind of weird if I don't include him. So here we have Marvel Premiere #15, the first appearance of Iron Fist. His partner, you know, Power Man, Luke Cage. I had him in the last video, and he deserved to be in the last video, but then I was saying, oh geez, it's going to be kind of weird that I don't include Iron Fist, even though I don't think Iron Fist is a particularly strong character, but who knows. Now this one I had to add. I mean, some might say it's a somewhat medium-sized key from the Bronze Age, but I don't know. I mean, you decide. Conan #1, first appearance of Conan the Barbarian in comic book form, and also the first cameo appearance of Kull the Conqueror. Great cover. This one, I said, this was another one that I was torn about. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to include it. But I said, you know what? I think he's highly recognizable, and it's a really cool cover, so I would definitely say it's a Marvel key, big key. We have the Avengers #57, the first appearance of the Silver Age Vision. And the Silver Age Vision is the one I think we all know about. I don't know anybody that really even thinks about the Golden Age Vision. I forget what issue he showed up. What was it? Marvel Mystery Comics #9 or something like that. But whatever. This one I think is a pretty big key, especially in this grade. We have Iron Man 55, the first appearance of Thanos, the first appearance of Drax the Destroyer, the Blood Brothers, Kronos, Star Fox. Who else is in this? And Mentor. I think, isn't Mentor Thanos's? Maybe I'm getting that wrong. I don't know who Thanos' father is. Was it Kronos or was it Mentor? Who knows? Was it either of them? A lot of first appearances. Okay. Werewolf by Night, #32, first appearance of Moon Knight. Decent size. It's fallen a bit, you know, as with most of these, right? Here's another one. Tomb of Dracula, #10, first appearance of Blade. Nice 8.0. This was one of the, when did I first show that one? I got that back in 2014. I think it was Comic Book Haul number 3. Remember that one? It was, for those that long-time viewers, it was like the Halloween themed. I had all like type of scary books. That's when I had the 2 Walking Deads and all that stuff. Yeah, Fun times. Here's a decent one. I want to upgrade this. Journey into Mystery number 85, first appearance of Loki. This was an upgrade from a previous copy I had, but I'd like to get a 4 or 5 of this. I'm not quite sure when. And it's not, on the top 10 upgrade list just yet. Not like this one right here. Strange Tales 110, first appearance of Doctor Strange. I want to get a 4 or 5, maybe even a 5 of this. Now, I originally planned to get it this year. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Just like as Thanos said in Endgame, he's inevitable. Well, it's inevitable this is going to get upgraded. But for now, we have this 3.0 copy of the first appearance of Doctor Strange. Oh, I almost forgot as I'm going through it. I'm looking down. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got this. Let me just quickly take a little time out from showing the books and show you what I got. This thing is pretty cool. It's a little big for my head. But, see, watch. Magneto helmet. Yeah, this thing, when I saw, hopefully you could hear me well because I'm getting an echo talking in this thing. When I saw this thing advertised that Magneto play, the role play, because they have a bunch of role play Hasbro toys. You have the necklace of Doctor Strange. I wanted to get that, but I didn't get it. They had Spider-Man's thing from No Way Home, and a bunch of other things. The helmet of the Black Panther, the helmet of Star-Lord. But then when I saw that they were coming out with a Magneto helmet, I was like, oh, let me pre-order that right now. And I did. And it came a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. But this thing is pretty cool. I had to make some adjustments in it. It comes with like these little rubber stickies that you could put in it to sort of like, if it's too big, as you can see, it's a little big on my head, even in here. You could adjust it to where it fits a little more appropriately. But I should do the rest of the video in this Magneto helmet, but I don't know. Huh, maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a few more. There we go. Daredevil number 1. This is, excuse me. This is another book that needs to be upgraded. I'm going to upgrade it when I find the right price. I don't want to overpay for it because, look, let me take this thing off. It's comfortable, but, it's kind of weird. Let me put it down here. What I was saying about the Daredevil and others, like, I've upgraded several books, as you know, but a lot of them have come down in value, which is fine. But I'm saying to myself, I started saying to myself, moving forward, I don't really want to overpay that much. And that's good advice to anybody. You be patient in this market. I know people are like, oh, well, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? I don't think we're going to have another perfect storm when it comes to price explosion that we did in late 2020, 2021. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I didn't say it wasn't going to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon where you got to get these things right now. Yeah, you never know when there's going to be a new announcement and then all of a sudden people are going to be interested in the book. But let me just give you a couple observations. The Incredible Hulk 181 that I bought, that I upgraded, which will be in this video. I bought that in August last year. It's a year ago, almost a year ago. And then they announced that Wolverine was going to be in Deadpool in September. And I was like, oh, thank God I got it at that time. But that announcement, and as we're getting closer and closer, and we saw a recent clip of Wolverine in the yellow outfit, that hasn't done anything for that book. That book is not like, oh my God, now it's like going up to crazy prices. It has not. It has not at all. So I think that's a good indicator that, when they announce X-Men or stuff like that, with X-Men, the 97 cartoon series coming out, there might be a little bump in some things, but I don't think it's going to be astronomical. So point I'm trying to make is with the, like what I just said with the Daredevil. Yeah, I think after that show, Born Again, and I can even see it now in some prices on Instagram. It's coming down. It's coming down. So I'm going to just tread carefully. And that's some of the advice I would give all of you. So let's get enough of my advice. Let's get to the books. Another upgrade. Probably sometime next year. Tales to Astonish, number 27, the first appearance of Hank Pym. I got a 2.5. I'd like to get a 4.0. Here's another one I want to upgrade. Not this year. I don't know when. Fantastic Four, Number 4, the reintroduction of the Submariner into this into the Marvel Universe and his first appearance in the Silver Age. I'd like to get a 4.5 of this, maybe even a 5.0 one day. I don't know when, but we'll see. And again, the Submariner, you know, you could argue with me all you want. I don't think the Submariner was really that good in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I just don't think he was that great. He wasn't that memorable of a character. So, I don't know. I think they kind of dropped the ball with him. But, you know, we don't know what's going on yet. We don't know what kind of plans Marvel has for that character in the future. Maybe it might turn around. Who knows? But I think based on his appearance from Wakanda Forever, I think that was a bit of a letdown for him. Just a couple things about him, just so stupid. But then again, though, you got to take a look at the source material. Some people argue comic books are stupid. Whatever. This is another book I like to upgrade. I don't know when. It's not one of it's not one of those things like I was mentioning before. The top 10, there's 10 books I want to upgrade very soon. This is not on the top 10. But here I have a 2.0 first appearance of Doctor Doom with Fantastic Four number 5. And the last Fantastic Four, not the last book of this video, last Fantastic Four that I think is worth showing, that's in a slab I have at least. This was an upgrade. I upgrade Fantastic Four number 48, first appearance of the Silver Surfer to a nice 6.5. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll upgrade it again. Maybe I'll upgrade to a 7.5. That's probably the logical step I would go if I was going to upgrade that particular book. I wouldn't go to a 7. I would go to a 7.5. Very rarely would I go any higher than that, you know. Okay, let's get another handful of books, right? I recently showed this on my Instagram. This is one of very few books that I have in my collection that is restored. And I couldn't pet, and I got it over 5 years ago. So this is not the first time you're seeing this book. Incredible Hulk number 1, first appearance of the Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross, and a bunch of other characters. What's his name? Let's take a look at it. Rick Jones, that's the kid for him. Betty Ross, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about them. How could you forget about them? But here we have it. It's a restored copy. Look, I was not in the market for Incredible Hulk then, Incredible Hulk number 1 then, and I'm certainly not in the market for it right now. It's not one of the books that screams to me. But when I saw the opportunity to get it for the price that I got it for, I said, why not? And here's what I was talking about earlier, the Incredible Hulk 181. I mean, I'm very happy I got a 7.5. And I was able to upgrade from my 6. You know, I've had quite a few copies of this over the years, and you know that story for those that have been watching. But it's true, like I was saying about maybe 5 minutes ago with these books. Patience, that announcement, maybe when it gets closer to the movie coming out, it might change things, and the decision on what's going to happen with Wolverine might change things up again afterwards. But you just, that announcement with Hugh Jackman and seeing it didn't do anything for that book, from my point of view, from my opinion. And I've seen things online. I'm always looking for things for sale, and I've seen that book come up 1,000,000 times. It's not like, well, I don't see it every now and then. Oh, maybe there's this one bad sale. That book has not moved. So for those of you that are terrified that you got to spend crazy money on things right now, you might want to wait some things out. Like I said before in one of my upgrade videos, I was watching, I used to see people on Instagram and YouTube back in 2021 showcasing those big books, like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 that they just bought. They're 2.0s and 2.5s, and they're paying outrageous prices. Those prices have gone down so much since then, especially for that book. So it's like, While they were doing that, I was getting pre-codes. And pre-codes didn't suffer as much. Some did, but not much. And this is one of the upgrades I made. So a nice 8.5 copy of Giant Size X-Men number 1. This is another, I said rare time I would upgrade so high. I had a 6.5. I was happy getting a 7.5. So going to an 8.5, that would have been like crazy, but I wound up doing it. And again, even with that book, right? You can get 8.0s, 7.5s for prices that they sure as hell weren't going for a year ago. All right? So, again, patience is a virtue. And the other one, this is one book I'd like to get very soon. But again, patience is a virtue. And this is another example of a book that has been going down. as of right now, as of the filming of this, August 2023. Who knows? A year from now, things might be different. But X-Men #1, and a very nice looking 3.0. When I do get my copy, whatever my copy will be, I'm thinking at least a 4.0. That one will be for sale. Now we're into the Amazing Spider-Man. I think we're going to conclude with Amazing Spider-Man, right? So I showed a bunch of slabs. This video is, I forget like how many, like I said before, when I was going through things, I forget how many things I actually have. And here's another book that I would like to upgrade. This is probably on the top 10 list of books to upgrade. Amazing Spider-Man #3, first appearance of Dr. Octopus. When I first got this book back, I had it raw, and I had it pressed, and so I knew what it looked like, obviously, in my hands and inside and out. When this came back a 3, I was like, no way. How the hell did this get a 3 and not a 4? I mean, seeing other books that have 4.0s, 4.5s, and seeing just the damage done to those books on the cover. I don't know what's going on inside the book, but just seeing the damage on the cover, and they got 4.0s, 4.5s, and this one only got a 3? I mean, I know what it looks like on the inside. Nothing's torn. The cover is firmly attached. The centerfold's firmly attached. There's no stains, no tears. I was like, what the hell? But I don't know. But I'd like to upgrade that. Here's another. I made this upgrade a couple years ago. I got to change the bag on this. This bag is rotten. The bag's ripped. Amazing Spider-Man #4, 4.0. Yeah, this is a pretty decent 4.0. Yeah. Really nice. Really nice. First appearance of the Sandman. Here's another upgrade I made several years ago. Excuse me, that was my phone. Here we have Amazing Spider-Man #9. I forget what, I had a raw copy. I forget what grade it was, but I sold it about maybe, I sold it, oh wow, 5 years ago, actually. I was going to say 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago when I got that upgrade for Amazing Spider-Man #4. But got this about 5 years ago. Nice 4.5 copy. Here's another. This is now, again, this is one of the books that I wasn't going to include on this video, but I was like, well, you're doing Spider-Man keys and all that stuff. You're going through all the villains, and they are keys. They are big keys. There are bigger keys out there, but they're certainly in the Spider-Man series. They're certainly big. I was like, well, all right, I guess I'll include this one. Amazing Spider-Man #10, first appearance of the Enforcers. I was never really a big fan of that book. Or the Enforcers. It was kind of stupid, but whatever. This was another upgrade I made. This one was back in 2017. I had a really beat-to-hell copy of the first appearance of the Green Goblin. But I wound up selling it, and I put it toward this one right here, 4.0. I wouldn't mind getting a 5.0 of this down the line. I mean, this one's nice, 4.0. It's a nice looking 4.0. But, down the line, I wouldn't mind getting a 5 or a 5.5. Pretty cool book to have. This is another one I wouldn't mind upgrading. But again, this was also another one I wasn't going to include in this video. Amazing Spider-Man #15, first appearance of Kraven the Hunter, 4.0. I would like maybe a 6.0 one day of this. I think that's very doable. But for right now, I'm going to concentrate on some of the some other books before I start dipping my hands into upgrading some of these early Spideys. But not a bad book to have. This was an upgrade. I made tons of upgrades to this book, and who knows, I might make another upgrade. But not anytime soon. But this one's a pretty cool copy. Here we have Amazing Spider-Man #50. It's a 6.5 white pager. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I usually have off-white to white pages. Or sometimes just off-white, and then occasionally there'll be the cream to off-white. But the white pager part of it certainly convinced me to move ahead with this, and I don't regret doing so. All right, last few. All right, I know I've been chatting your ears off now for about almost 20 minutes. And here again, there's two here I wasn't originally going to include, but I said, what the hell, let's include it. And they're both upgrades. Here we have Amazing Spider-Man #121, The Death of Gwen Stacy, right? Some consider it a major event. It certainly is. Here's another one, the conclusion to that story. Amazing Spider-Man #122, a nice 8.5. I remember I had a 6.0 for many, many years, and then I sold it to get this. This one I definitely think is a big key. We all know the story, how this came into my collection. The Amazing Spider-Man 129, first appearance of the Punisher, and nice 9.2 copy. And the very, very last book for this video, of course, we're going to end on this. Amazing Fantasy number 15. A decent looking 2.0 copy. It really is. So, I've been asked, are you going to, because, you know, people, they know I upgraded stuff. Are you going to upgrade the Amazing Fantasy? Well, it's not really on the list to upgrade because it is a very pricey book. If I'm going to get an upgrade, it'd probably be in the 3.5 range. I think 4.0 would be really pushing it. Yeah, that book, I would probably sell the Amazing Fantasy for top dollar if I was going to upgrade. There wouldn't be a discount on it because if I'm going to go for a 3.5 or a 4.0, those get very, very pricey. And I'm going to try to need as much money as I possibly can to justifiably purchase that book. So, but that's why I was saying, I don't think so. But if I ever did, that's what would happen. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the new helmet I got. I like it. So that's pretty much it. You know, the collection's always changing, and who knows, another year or two from now, what will be in the collection, what upgrades will be here, and I'm sure, you know, I'll be doing a video on that. But thank you all for watching, and take care.